Music Enthusiast Reacts, baby, we're back. It has been a while. In truth, I don't even remember what I last did in terms of covering multiple OPs and endings. But if you've been paying attention to the channel, we have recently started our next biggest anime endeavor, that being JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And naturally, through watching that show, I have encountered some of the greatest opening songs in history. So of course, it was only natural that I eventually do it for the Music Enthusiast Reacts. So naturally, we are going to do the first opening for JoJo's Part 1, that being Sono Sadame by Hiroaki Tominaga. And we're gonna do something interesting for once with these. Something that I've meant to do but just kind of forgot about is that we're gonna first listen to the full song in its entirety and, you know, give my breakdown of it. And then afterwards, we're going to then watch the opening, and then I could give breakdowns of visuals and whatnot, just so that we can see it and hear it in the context of the show. So let's get right into it. Dude, the release on that trumpet was crazy. Do you hear that? Just... This song is way too good for how many few times it plays in the show. Because what, it only does it 8 times? Because I know it doesn't do it for the first episode. I mean, to be fair, JoJo has no shortage of amazing openings that only play for a couple episodes. As of recording this, I'm at the end of part 4. And, you know, my heart still goes out to Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town, which obviously we'll get to eventually. What a tone setter of a song. Oof. This song has a lot of that, doing like the dun, dun, just like an established foundation and then building, and then we just keep going with that. This song is incredible. It transcends boundaries. Even if you're not a JoJo fan or like you haven't watched JoJo, you know this song. It's up there in terms of like iconic anime songs like, you know, Cruel Angel's Thesis from Evangelion, Chala Head Chala from Dragon Ball Z. You know, me, forever, I've listened to this song a lot before ever watching JoJo's, but that's just what JoJo's is, you know? As incredible of a journey and adventure as it is, it's also its music is just incredible. Oh, dude, like, so much I want to talk about with, like, each of that. Like, it's such a well-built, layered sandwich of a song. Like, you have the bass way down in there. Obviously, like, the very screaming lick trumpets. The guitar really carrying us forward. And, like, the vocals are, you know, very front and center. I assume, I've always heard it just like that part, you know, the JoJo. Like, I assume it's JoJo, that's what it sounds like. It also just kind of sounds like quick movement. It feels like that old school, like, anime journey, which, again, makes sense, because the original manga, you know, goes way, way back. Which, again, we'll also just talk about the visuals that accompany this song in a moment. Dude, it's a perfect transition, just the brrring. It cuts away everything else, transitions us back into this chaos. We have to get that again. There's obviously was drums in like the earlier segments, but now it's really prevalent. Like, we're just going full to the floor. That's the part I always love to rewind, is just, I mean, obviously that's like the main part, you know, JoJo. Just, you know, the Kansai wo, and then JoJo. Yeah. And now we get the rest of the song. Again, I wish more anime would do this, and to be fair, I wish JoJo would do it more often too. It only did it the one time, where you have the first half of the song, which obviously is the opening, but then the second half of the song maybe plays at a different point in the show, which it does. It plays at the very end of part 2, but I wish it would do that more with its songs, just because the songs are so good. And honestly, JoJo's one of the few shows that doesn't really do that, where like it plays the openings for like action sequences or scenes. Again, like it only does it really the one time that I remember, at least, and what I've seen so far. Now we cut away the vocals for this. Oh. Yeah, it's auditory peak. I'm still throwing it around with myself right now. Like, what is my current favorite opening? Sono no Sadame, man. It's just favorite opening for JoJo's, of course. Every time I hear it, it's so good. Like, it just perfectly sets up the story. But to be fair, there's some openings that we'll get into. And there's still, like, obviously several openings that I have yet to hear throughout part 5 and part 6. It just hits. Dude, this Tommy guy's voice, like I've seen a couple stuff of him performing it live, and like it still sounds great, but I don't know, I would love to I mean, it doesn't exist, I doubt it, but like, you know how they have those YouTube videos now of like the first take of singers performing songs and whatnot, especially anime songs. I would love to hear the first take of this. Even the outtakes, you know, like maybe if you like just can't hit a note, even though it's the same guy singing it from start to finish. I picture, well, to be fair, we have a picture of Jonathan and Dio. It's like, it's a good back and forth, like it feels both heroic and kind of evil-ish. I definitely got my hopes up, you know, when I got to the end of part 2 and like this played. I was kind of hoping going forward throughout the remainder of the parts that it would play, like that would be like the connective tissue. At the very least, I wish it played at some point in part 3, especially at the end of it, because I feel like that would have been fitting. Because looking back on it, it's kind of weird that it plays for part 2, even though like for the anime, it technically like part 1 and part 2 are the same season, even though they are separate parts. I don't know, like I feel like it would have been fitting maybe for like it's to play for like Jotaro and Dio's battle at the end of part 3 at some point. That again. There's another voice in there. I don't know if it's just like, it sounds like him, but because there's the Sono no Sadame, which is way up there, and then there's also the Sono no, which is it operates in the same sort of vein as like a musical theater song. I mean, I've always given that praise to JoJo's in general, where it's just like, it feels like so theatrical, you know, from the voice acting to, you know, the story itself to what's happening on screen. I know there is like the JoJo's stage play, which exists, but it's one of those ones where part 1 especially feels like it could be elongated to like a stage play, just because it is like that drama tragedy type thing. And plus like it's just short enough to where like, yeah, you could do it like that. But this song, love that just it's like it's roping you in. That bass carrying that. Fucking hell. That piano just like going crazy with it. Kind of tone cluster sounding, which, you know, tone clusters with pianos. It's kind of what you hear in jazz a lot of the time, where you just kind of like, it sounds like they're just sort of slamming on the piano, but it actually, you can write it out, you can chart it out, and it's like an actual tone. I mean, there's cohesion to this one more so than some other stuff, but... We're building towards our climax again. Send us out. I mean, every time I hear that, it's always just like, you know, I see the image of Joseph, you know, giving that fist bump as cars goes into the stratosphere. Let me take it back. Incredible. I dare say a perfect song. In fact, I would go as far to say that. I don't give a shit. It's perfect. Even more than what my limited knowledge of stuff can fully break down and hear. The hard percussion hits, the insane voice, the guitar that's in there, and just also the brass with the trumpets and the bass that's always way down in there that just like ties it all together. An unmatched song in the anime sphere. But now let's do the opening. Now this will be more of like a visual thing breakdown, so let's do it. Love that already. The more I see like the opening splashes, you know, because like this shows all of the JoJos that are, well, as of making this one, like it's all of the JoJos, like it goes from part 1 to 6. It's funny coming back to this visual showing all of them, because like as I get further and further into JoJos, it means more and more to me because I see more that I recognize. From Jonathan to Joseph to Jotaro to Josuke, and then obviously like Giorno and Jolene, which obviously I haven't gotten to their parts yet. It's so cool. It just shows that like the people making this care. You know, like even down to its visuals in the opening. An opening that is sad, but people will skip a lot of the time, which is painful. But just because, I mean, it's perfect because like it's going backwards. I mean, it just puts it in perspective too. It's like they were up to part 6 by the time part 1 was adapted. Which, I mean, the manga currently is up to what, part 9? Which, I mean, the anime's made good headway. We're starting a journey again. That visual of Dio, like, I love just like the manga style, and I love this. Well, I think this is meant to be like him coming out of the carriage, but it also looks like he's jumping out of the manga panel into this 3D world. I love the transitions. Kono Dio da. Man, so much with that. Obviously, when the opening first played, I wanted to, you know, listen to the song and whatnot. And, you know, for years, I've even seen the visuals of this opening and just, you know, I haven't really like looked at it or taken it. But obviously, when starting the show, it's like, oh, wow, this really just spells out what's going to happen. I mean, to be fair, openings in general do that a lot of the time, especially JoJo's openings. It's one of those cases where it's just like when you first see it, it's just an overload of information. So you maybe wouldn't think much about it. But, you know, when you go back and really look at it, it's like, damn, I'm glad I didn't really pay too much attention to that. But I love especially just like the thing with the mask, the statue to the mask to, yeah, him carving that in the tree. I think still this might be my favorite opening in terms of visuals, just because I do miss, you know, going into part 4 where they don't do the 3D thing anymore, which it is what it is, I guess. But, and they also don't do the like sound effect thing for the last time it plays. But to be fair, part 4 has like 4 openings. I like that that's a consistent visual, is like the pointing to the sky. I see it in like the Great Days opening with part 4, where just like all of them point to the sky, and then this shot of Dio walking on the fucking wall. Come on. JoJo! Cool. Well, that was Sono Chino Sadame. It's so delightful. It's an incredible song, an experience. Again, I think I do like the visuals the most in part 1. I mean, there are some visuals in one of part 3's openings that we'll talk about eventually, but there's enough there where, you know, even stuff that ends up happening in part 1 will still be a shock, even if you pay attention to the opening visuals. But I mean, for the most part, it's mainly just like the first 3 episodes that it shows. And then obviously like the end part with like Jonathan fighting Dio. It's cool. What a start to the music enthusiast journey. It's funny because this is the first time I'm doing it in which I haven't seen all the openings yet, because a part of me was debating just like, should I just wait till I'm fully done with JoJo's and then do like a video on, like I did with Attack on Titan, where I watch all of them in one video. I was like, nah, because I'm planning to like spread out these videos a lot. My original plan was to have it where I watched a part, did a music enthusiast to the opening, and then do that, but obviously this is going to be a little different. But I mean, I'll still try to do that now since I'm way ahead in terms of videos. But anyway, Sono Chino Sadame, an incredible song, incredible opening as well. And next time we get to do Bloody Stream, which that's, funnily enough, a close second. Or is it? There may be another song that I like more than that, but I guess we'll see. But either way, is my reaction to Sono Chino Sadame, part 1's opening for JoJo's. Join me next time as we do part 2's openings. Everything else will be coming out soon. Thank you all for joining me on this. I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.